you all are doing well. I am just wanting to give you an intro and just a little bit of info on how I created and planned out this DIY wedding arch for my daughter's wedding. This flower arch was always one of the main things that she wanted in the church for her ceremony. So I started looking around, and honestly I got a little bit intimidated because it is such a large arch and I have never done anything like this before. I started looking around and I did have a few of the items that I needed at home. I had greenery left over from other weddings. I had the arch from other weddings, bridal showers, etc. I had zip ties, and I had the pool noodles. Actually the pool noodles came about later on. I actually had foam. My sister had gifted me or gave me quite a few boxes of foam that she had, and the pool noodles I had for another project. But my daughter said, hey mom, there's a lot of flower arrangements that people are using pool noodles to make these big flower arches, and I was a little bit intimidated in doing that. However, in the end I ended up really liking using the pool noodles for the flower arrangements. So the items that I purchased at the Dollar Tree were all of the white bushes of flowers. It didn't matter what kind they were as long as they were the right shade of white. One night I just started doing the left side of the arch and I was like, wow, this is really nice. So I was definitely feeling more comfortable with doing this. So then I'm like, all right, let me turn on the camera. And so I started filming the right side of the arch and it came together so beautifully. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know down in the comments.
Starting off by showing you how the arch looked with the pool noodles, and I got 2 pool noodles, zip tied those together just to make this a little bit fuller so I could add on more flowers, and then I zip tied them to the arch. Now when you're attaching the zip ties, or not the zip ties, when you're attaching the pool noodles to the arch, you want to be sure that it is very tight, because once you start adding in all your florals, it is going to get very tight. Also, what I would recommend is maybe even get like some sandbags or something heavy to hold your arch in place, because again, once I started adding in all the florals, this became very top heavy, so it was wanting to lean forward. So that's what I would recommend doing when you are assembling your flower arch. And then also I'm just giving you an overview of the florals that I use: the hydrangeas, the roses, and then the Italian ruscus. I got those from Amazon, and then the white bushes, and then some single florals. I bought those from Dollar Tree. I also reused some of the greenery that I had. I just really like to mix in different greenery. I just feel that it gives it a lot of different interest, and it just helps the flower arch to look a lot more natural. So whenever I am starting off by adding in my greenery, I like to kind of go in like a zigzag shape, and keep in mind that if you don't like the way this looks, you can always take it apart and then reassemble again. So I will let you know, I first started assembling the florals on the pool noodles just by themselves, and then when I did that though, I didn't like the way they looked. It looked too uniform, so I thought, okay, let me take everything off. I'll put the pool noodles onto the arch first, and then I'll start assembling. And I really like the way this looked. Now you can do this either way, whatever works better for you, but this is just what worked good for me. And then I do want to mention, throughout the video you're going to see a lot of boxes in the background as I started ordering the decorations for my daughter's wedding. Everything just started coming in. I started purchasing more items, so I did just start stacking everything up in our front sitting room. So that's the reason there's so many boxes. There's so much going on in the background. It was just, you know, her bridal shower was 3 or 4 weeks before she got married, so as soon as the bridal shower was over, I started getting in all of her wedding decor. Once I had my greenery the way I liked it, then I started adding in my larger pieces, which are my hydrangeas. So I went again in a zigzag shape. I like to start off by doing that. Maybe some people might do this a different way, but this is just what works better for me. So once I added in the hydrangeas, then I started adding in my roses. I just started adding in like 3 at a time, and then I also added in the white bushed flowers that I bought from the Dollar Tree, and that really helped to fill in a lot of the more areas that were a little bit more sparse, that needed some florals in them. Adding in the roses, it was basically just filling in the areas in between the hydrangeas, and I tried to keep mindful of the count of roses that I used on each side. I didn't want them to look uniformed on both sides, but I did want to keep more or less the same count of roses on each side, though that way one didn't look more overdone than the other. Now, the white flower bushes that you see me adding in, these are the ones that I bought from Dollar Tree. And I just did this just to see how it would look. However, once I started adding these in, I just left the whole bush of flowers intact. I just feel like it was exactly what the flower art needed, and I was very pleased with the way this came out. Once I was done decorating the left and the right side of the arch, I then started going up on the top of the arch, And keep in mind, while I'm doing this, I did have to decorate, then stand back, decorate, and then stand back, just because the arrangements look so different up close versus further away. And then my mom was in the background telling me, okay, it needs a little bit here, a little bit there, because when you're right up looking at the arch, it is really hard to tell how your arrangement is coming out. So that's what I would do quite often. However, I would cut in the editing part. I did take that out. If I didn't edit all of the parts where I was standing back, this video would be like hours long, and a lot of this is just repetitive steps, but I am just doing my best to show you as much as I can and how the whole process went. Here are some overview shots of what the arch looked like as soon as I was finished. And I hope this has brought you some inspiration, just so that way you know that, as I've mentioned before, whatever it is that you can dream of, you can think of, you can definitely do it. Even if it takes you a while to get the hang of it and to achieve the look that you're going for, don't give up, just keep doing it. So I thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I would love to see you stick around, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. Bye.